Don't watch these videos if you are alone. Did you know some people claim they didn't just remember the dead, they heard from them? Late one night, a woman in Chicago was sitting alone in her apartment when her phone buzzed. The screen lit up with a text message from a number she knew by heart. It was her mother's number. Her mother had been dead for 6 months. At first, she thought it was a glitch. Old numbers sometimes showed up. But then the message loaded. "I'm okay. Please don't worry about me." Her hands started shaking. She replied immediately, asking who it was. The typing dots appeared, then stopped. Moments later, another message came through. "Tell your brother I'm proud of him." Only her mother used that phrase. Only her mother knew what her brother had been struggling with. The phone company later confirmed the number had been disconnected the day her mother died. There was no record of the message being sent, and the text never came again. In 2008, a man in the UK lost his best friend in a motorcycle accident. The funeral was closed casket. The friend's phone was buried with him. 3 weeks later, the man received a voicemail. At first, it sounded like static. Then came breathing, slow, strained, and then a familiar voice whispered his name. The message ended with 4 words. It wasn't an accident. Police reopened the case. They found tampered brakes on the motorcycle. The voicemail was traced back to the friend's phone, the phone that was buried underground. When they exhumed the grave, the phone battery was dead, and the voicemail was gone. A nurse working night shifts in a hospice in Brazil began noticing something strange. Every time a patient passed away, her hospital phone would ring exactly 1 minute later. No caller ID, no number. When she answered, there was silence, followed by a single word. "Obrigado." Thank you. At first, she thought it was a cruel prank, but one night after a long shift, the phone rang again. This time, the voice said her name. Then it said, "You stayed." She broke down crying. She quit her job a month later. The calls stopped the same day. In Japan, a teenage boy died suddenly in his sleep. His parents were devastated. 2 nights after his funeral, the family computer turned on by itself. A chat window opened. The username was their son's gaming ID. A message appeared. "Sorry I scared you." The parents watched in horror as more messages typed themselves out. "I didn't mean to leave. My chest hurt. I love you." The typing stopped at exactly 3:07 a.m. Technicians later said there was no internet connection at that time. The account showed no login history. The computer never turned on by itself again. A woman in New Orleans kept her late husband's old answering machine in a box. He had died of cancer years earlier. One afternoon during a power outage, the machine turned on. A new message played. It was her husband's voice, but it wasn't something he had ever recorded. "I didn't know it would be this quiet," the voice said. "Tell them I tried." The answering machine had been unplugged for over a decade. When power returned, the message was erased. In 2016, emergency responders recovered a hiker who had fallen into a ravine. He didn't survive. His phone was shattered beyond use. Days later, his sister received a photo message from his number. It was a picture of the trail, taken from above. The caption read, "Wrong turn." Investigators confirmed the photo angle could not have been taken by the phone after the fall. The phone was destroyed. The message remains unexplained. One of the most disturbing cases comes from a small town in Texas. A young girl claimed her dead grandfather visited her every night. At first, her parents thought it was grief. Then one morning, the mother found a note on the kitchen table. The handwriting was unmistakable. It said, "Check the wall." Behind a loose panel in the house, they found documents proving the grandfather had hidden money years before his death. The girl later said he told her, "I couldn't rest knowing you'd lose the house." After that, she said he never came back. Psychologists often say these experiences are trauma responses. Phones glitch, brains cope, but there are details that don't fit. Disconnected numbers, buried phones, information no one else could know. And the strangest part? Most of these messages stop after one thing happens. The truth is revealed, a warning is delivered, or peace is found. Almost like that was the point. So the next time your phone vibrates at night, or your screen lights up for no reason, check the message carefully, because some people believe the dead don't come back to haunt us.